Hello, users. Welcome back to Onboard Systems. Welcome back to TR-49. Thank you all for joining me today. I know we started a bit late. I was very tired and could not wake myself up fully and needed to, all right, I need to take a 20-minute nap and then get everything prepped afterwards. And I did, and I feel better. What did we do on TR-49? So we are Abby. We do not know more than that. She does not seem to know where she is or how she got there. He's being told by another man, Liam, to investigate this machine, which appears to be a code-breaking machine from World War II. We start to find more and more information out, such as apparently these previous creators or investigators were able to load books into the machine. We don't know what that means. Apparently, one book that was so powerful was loaded into the machine that is able to keep evil billionaires and politicians alive, and our goal is to find that book named End Peace and destroy it. So we'll see. At one point we found a entry named Abby and turned it off, and it killed Abby, I think. We're not sure. But overall, I'm really enjoying this game. It is very much a thinkum. It is done all through text, although there is visuals. And you'll have a lot of me reading in this game. So if you're not here for that, I apologize. The goals that I wrote down for at the end of last episode was find and destroy End Peace, locate all academicalist journal entries, which we can just do by typing the numbers, review book Arthur releases. Do I mean author? Yeah, I think I meant author. And find the Hammerstone publishing titles. Those are the things that we left as the main goals. However, what I would like to do is go back to the start. Now that we know how to make those additional notes pop up, and just start from the beginning. Start from TR-49, add the notes, read it out, kind of work our way through to see if we've missed anything. So, all of that said, get into the game. I hope you're all having a great Saturday. It has been a odd but good week. And we'll go from there. You can't see the game. This one. Okay.
All right then. Okay, let's see.
So last edit. We don't know how else to get here. That's very interesting.
So this machine is what? It's a library?
It's an archive.
Cecil Calderley hunted down obscure volumes for 40 years and fed them.
Okay. So if I did CC49,
So, the work begins in earnest.
I don't think this is a new one.
Doom Wild. Men must devour.
And the other one was what? Notes and discoveries? Wait. How could I have notes and discoveries listed there but not marked? Okay, so These are all QL ones. We haven't figured out what a lease is, right? I would assume it's like CC15? Hi, Grix. My father wrote about things inside this machine like they were angels in heaven, but they're nothing. I fed in 3 books he would have loved. Shredded them, page by page. It's the worst kind of stupid. Look at the comment on GAOO. Look at the card he wrote the year before he died. Ooh. Alright, let me write that note down. That seems important. Year before QL died. Okay. And then AL17? Oh, nope, but this is an entry. Diesel's a deer, but he doesn't understand that the machine is ours. He must think it is, if it is ours, that if this machine of ours is to think, it must be wise. You cannot compute in a vacuum, too. So, I've been feeding the classics, and of course, he has been releasing them again. Well, dear, I've settled that option up behind the name of the creation we haven't made yet. Beatrice Dueller is the cleverest woman alive, and also surely the most beautiful. I only hope she does not find the sanitation where I finally ask her to marry me. Aww. That's cute.
All right then.
AL17. No. Why I did not click on. All right.
Are you saying this machine is what makes revisions work?
I don't really know. Maybe. Revisions have a sort of ripple effect. So I found this place. I found you.
So
Your mother and I are so proud of you, Alice, and everything you're becoming. I hope you enjoyed my little present. I know I've often been lost in this place myself.
oh, okay, we have it. AL12. Okay.
It is known that the universe is the aggregate of all observations made
All right, let's go back.
systems, including the
soldiers share. So to put all the value in a single place was to starve those who could never reach the front.
1, 2. Oh, that's interesting. Why is that not working? Because it's AL12. I fed in 2 more volumes. One you're going to hate.
The weapon of the enemy.
The weapon of the enemy has to be scared. Just as Emma is writing her last book, The Worst of the Worst come back. Oh, and I found a letter written the year I left, but hidden. Enough for me to find, or I don't know.
Liam, how did you know the machine would be here?
It's a long story. We don't have time.
I do. Come on. It'll keep me company if you talk to me.
All right. Some people grew up with Narnia and Wonderland. I grew up with this place, with stories of a better world, held within the dreams of a machine.
Who told you these stories? Your dad?
No. My mother.
Oh.
Beatrice.
So this would be ES. Okay. More notes. Yes. Year that Emma wrote last book. And then breakpoint. And then letter, year, AC left. No, AL left. Alright, break code we have. So 1999. So is it ES99? They decided the obvious solution was to keep joining, to escalate even. If what small force they had mustered was sufficient to elicit a small retreat, what greater retreats could they cause with a greater force? Alas, they learned as much such organizations do not slide like blocks when pushed, but stretch like elastic, and given the opportunity will return to their former position with great violence. (1941). Europe is at war. Paris is occupied. The journal is writing about antler patterns and mistletoes under the eighth eye of the Third Reich. They couldn't hold out. They went dark after this until France was liberated. A brief mention of one of a DMA book, Internal Oversight.
Oversight.
Published that year. Okay. Notes, let me type, please. Gimme. book. Journal oversight.
Academicalist's Journal, issue 17.
Also, belated attack on Pink and Kendrick's Dune follow-up to temporality.
Temporality waits for no man.
Discovered, probably. Though they liked the one before. Needed more of those anyway. Okay, so Emma and Kendrick fell in love. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What happened to Cecil Calderly in the end?
He died. This place is what killed him.
Do I have to do it in order? The Darling Machine now has entire copies of 2 of Kendra's 3 most terrible novels. Honestly, at this rate, I hope Steve hasn't damaged it. Poor beast. That's Elise's name.
Okay,
Why can we not?
Let's see.
Hey, I'm doing it again. AL12. Why is it all of these books turn out to be true, or a bit true, or almost true, or contradicting each other and still true?
Comes to doctorate.
No one got any imagination anymore, or... Oh, Christ. Hi, Sprout. Sprout, we are code breaking and or breaking reality. I am not sure which of which, or both. All right. So this is a PK book. Wait, I already forgot what his books were. Hold on. So Kendrick's book, Temporality Waits for No Man.
Temporality waits for no man. What happened after Calderly died?
His
I'm
daughter,
tired, Mitty, but I'm good.
Alice Calderly. But
How are
she
you,
passed
Mitty?
on.
Oh.
What happened to her? Where did she go?
I've dug through the records. Her body was never found.
The daughter disappeared.
But she stole something from the archive, and the thing she stole, that's still out there.
Oh, that's awesome, Mitty. That sounds rad as shit. Alright, so we found 2 of his books.
Juliet Basingstoke stood before her mother and knew in a moment of clarity like white glass that she was making a mistake. And she turned, and in that moment came someone else.
I cannot fix on the hour, the spot, or the look, or the words which laid the foundation. It is too long ago. I was in the middle before I knew that I had begun.
Okay, so she wrote in 65. So is it EK 65? Yeah. Because Kendrick writes well enough.
Literary review, volume 50.
Ooh, we haven't found any literary review stuff, so we'll have to look into that. Claimed her husband wrote this. I think they don't know her older work. Title alone gives it away. 1936. Pre-marriage. Dead voice.
Dead voice.
1, 2. Nope. Her last book was better, though a bit weird. Finally published the year Dad died. Okay.
All right.
Shit. I don't know the year that he died. I do, but I didn't write it down. This is on me. Did he die in 84? God damn it. Oh boy. Let's not mess with reality altering right now. Just gonna... Alright, let's write. This is a note. Alright, let's at least try Dead Voice. So, EK 36. No. Pre-marriage. What was her name before marriage? Shit.
If the book we're after was stolen, then it must be possible to get books out, right?
M.
Right. There must be a control command somewhere.
Now let's try RO56. Or LR. No. LT56? No. LT69. That's not what I wanted. Don't know what this is. New person. Leon Khan. Okay. I need to organize my notes. Hold on. Abbreviations. Leon Con. Okay. Emma Kendrick can also be Emma Mayflower. PM. Yep. Contrary to popular belief, the canyon does have an echo. It's just that the particular acoustics of the rock make it difficult to discern in some weather conditions.
In my dreams, I walk.
BD could also be BC? Diesel? Dorothea, Pemberton. Ooh, that's a good newt. Newt? Note. So Xavier Youngman died in 1911. Lamar Chance.
Okay, let's see.
Oh. Alright, feels like I've found everything here. And this is a Kendrick
Alice
novel.
coldly stole a book from this thing and then vanished.
She's not important. The book, however, is.
He had believed that the machine could benefit humankind. But the longer it ran, the clearer it became. Humankind stood forever in a line, with those at the front taking the largest share. So, to put all the value in a single place was to starve those who could never reach the front.
Break code was what? ES92?
And so, the work begins in earnest.
Dorothea Pemberton's second book is eclectic. Quotes RS-83 Long John Silver. He insists is a real person, really more real than I. Machine says I need to find in my dreams I walk, understand. Volume was written, Hateable was written during a battle with typhoid fever. This one during a battle with its consequences, or ravaged years later. But I need both. Linchpins to the purpose. Guess either would be a disaster. Okay. In my dreams I walk would be 4 years before she died, so 1906? 1907. Nope.
Okay, let's see. In my dreams, I walk.
No.
All right.
But it does say we know the answer to this one.
What happened to this thing after the war ended?
The machine was moved from Bletchley to Manchester, but it disappeared. A few years later, it's down here. Bigger, more powerful, hidden.
Okay, let's
Hey, where,
see.
Blake? No, this one's wrong.
In my dreams, I walk. In my dreams, I walk.
I see through
Yeah,
the
okay.
walls. They are paper thin, covered with words.
There's something ending in 1.
It is known that the universe is the aggregate of all observations made by all systems, including those of conscious beings. Remember that gaps contain more substance than pillars. Review early text for lacunae, and review Pemberton. She saw it all. Holding over meeting, blind as usual.
So dark matter, but you don't think I have. Does it not matter in the dark? Would PK-32 not be matter in the dark?
Matter in the dark?
Apparently not.
Swords in the dark?
Apparently not. Dark matter of something.
So, how come I'm down here and you're not?
You're the specialist. If you can't find what we're after, no one can.
Issue 16.
Academicalist Journal, issue 16.
That we have created this is a miracle. I do not wish to be shot for it. I choose to be shot for more serious matters.
Went dark until France was liberated. DME. Do we have anything that would make sense as DME? When was France liberated in World War II? '44?
Academicalist Journal, issue 17.
Yeah.
Some of these sources seem more important than others.
There are books referenced here that don't exist anywhere else. Books from previous revisions, stored here. Somehow. Permanently.
A life lived in wartime.
All right. Pierre Latour, the irascible editor of the journal's 37 issues, eventually writes a full account. Life lived in wartime.
She designed its memory, apparently. She made it sound like magic. The other machines could store a few lines, and this thing could hold entire libraries. Every dot of a printed picture.
She must have been smart.
She was.
So, if your mum built this thing, how come you don't know how it works?
They were stories. I didn't really know they were true.
So, what brings you down here now?
Mum told me the machine was underground, but not where. I was tracing power currents, old lines that no one else knows are there. I only just found it.
Okay, then how are we there?
Your mum didn't want you to come down here.
She didn't like this place. She said it killed her first husband and took her daughter away.
Hey, zombie, how you doing? Alright, so I'm gonna guess that Isambard Arkelovic is IA, but we're gonna find out in a second. Arkelovic. After they accuse his Rampage Series 42 conclusion. And then Thaddeus Detzer, I'm gonna say is probably TD. Let's try that one. To see if, because we have internal oversight, so.
You said this machine killed your dad.
Not my dad. My dad came along after Cecil died.
Okay. IA 42? Yeah, okay.
Rampage.
Final novel in his 10-year Rampage cycle sees strands from the previous 6 novels brought together in a reflection. Impressive feat after 10 years. Alright, so we got to 32. Though no one that...
Alienation.
Yep. Rather taxes the reader's memories and patience. Personally, I found this an underwhelming follow-up to Alienation. Whereas Guinevere's great insight. Where is her pluck? She moves into servitude like the most mindless of slaves. Sir Lancelot beckons and she follows, and that's the whole of the plot. Arklovic insistence that he was writing from experience did him no favors from this account either. No matter what manner of poor, bespectacled unfortunate he was describing, a 40-year-old does not kiss and tell. The work was, of course, banned in most corners of the world. I would like to stress that the copy collected here is for historical curiosity rather than artistic appreciation. Alright. So, 10 years, huh? AA41? IA40? IA up?
Alienation.
You can't have survived. She screams. The desperation. Oh, okay, you're reading that.
The sword moon.
I can and I will, he replies somberly. And you will love me. He raised the blade and struck. Okay. 6 of Eisenbar Arklovic's Rampage books quickly followed on the previous, suggesting, frankly, less editing than usual. I confess to being disappointed in the protagonist's endless introspection. The fiery pace of the Sword Moon is long gone, so I'm going to assume that the previous one is the Sword Moon. Meanwhile, the alien characters becoming increasingly coded, in my view, as women. They are natural community builders. They consider their appearance. They nurture their young. The Baphomet Arklovic gives this behavior is, quite honestly, somewhat embarrassing. Silverton is not mentioned. Whatever Arklovic feared, perhaps it is now too late. I knew it. Yes, 40 proves interesting.
Some of this stuff looks like real crap.
Yeah, well, I guess a lot of books are. I don't know how carefully Calderly thought about what he was doing.
What we eat, we devour. What opens, holds. Bindings cannot lift. Reality hangs like a darkened cloth over our eyes.
Here it is. Silverton's final work. Never published. He handwrote one copy. This copy. And he sent it to Kendrick. But Kendrick didn't even open it. He was too busy courting the woman Silverton was in love with, so it lay untouched until 73. I know that when Kendrick found it was because of his final novel, Men Must Devour. Ooh, written in 73. Okay. Published the year after. Did we have that written? No. Okay, we're going to PK 73 next. Something very wrong with this letter. Not been able to shake the words from my mind. Silverton died 3 years later, 40 years old, ignominious, beaten. The year after that, kindreds are wed. Something even more wrong about the letter he wrote after this one, Father. Huh. This archive is no place for a death certificate, but this one is striking. Felt the machine needed to copy it. This is what Marchand would call a revision. I'm certain of it. Consequent reality. Okay.
The Pen of Galileo.
Hey, Barca, how you doing? Or Snail, right, you told me you preferred Snail. How you doing, Snail? His previous book was Quantum Conceptuals in Nature. Yeah, I understand, Snail.
You still there?
Still here. Waiting.
Okay, so the next one is the Pen of Galileo. Make it and read it. Okay.
I see through the walls. They are paper things.
What we do not see is
Yeah, no worries, Snail.
definition.
Also, chat, let me know if anything's weird. Internet, there's a hard line that's damaged outside of Kansas, and so my routes to a few places are strange. My throughput is fine, but like there's packet loss after certain hops. I don't see any drop frames, but as always, let me know if anything goes strange. Okay, so we have the name on this one, which means the other one must be Galileo. Alright, so...
Walls of death. Mental deterioration.
The pen of Galileo.
Discoveries, not names, they're discoveries.
Issue 10. Okay. Alright, so we need to go back to this one.
Tools and all
And you want me to make a book.
is, by definition,
I was hoping to hold this off. JS 26. Alright. No, we can't do it yet. But JS 26? Okay. Here before declared that. Alright. So goals. Make JS 26. Alright.
What does bitwise reassociation even mean?
I don't know exactly, but I'm hopeful.
That's funny. Alright, we're going way back.
discoveries, not names, they're discovered, found. They emerge from doodles and afterwards as we have when we're walking about the place.
Walls of death. Mental deterioration.
What we eat, we devour. What opens, holds. Bindings cannot lift.
Alright, this is not one that we need to title.
Cloth over our eyes.
I'm guessing the red dots are things that we've solved everything on?
Walls of death. Mental.
What we eat, we devour. What
We will take a break in about 30 minutes. 40 minutes, so that I can feed and walk Doug.
reality hangs like a darkened cloth over our eyes.
All right, someone texted me. All right. Where are my notes? '73. What was Kendrick's first name? All right, we need to go look up these guys' things. Right. Memoir published on the anniversary of his death. Okay. Pinkin Kendrick, so PK. Nope. Nope, alright.
You can't survive this, she screamed, the desperation in her voice, the first honest sound he had heard from her.
Forward Moon would be the previous one. The fifth of Eisenberg Oklevic's 7-part Rampage cycle. Sentient robot with a penchant for disaster falls in love with a tentacled alien of indeterminate gender. The result, the fascinating exploration of one's self-knowledge on a canvas the size of the universe. These books will, I'm sure, be remembered in the decades to come as signposts signifying both great social and artistic change. Another reference to Silverton, a powerful evil magic which destroys the caster. A warning for his friend. Alright, so this was Sword of the Moon.
The Sword Moon? Swords in the Dark? Rampage?
No. Odious midpoint of the series. In this one, civilizations of robots is discovered who turn their attention.
Azimuth Ascending. Azimuth Ascending.
Yeah, that's the next one. Lady Guinevere's transformation into an insectoid creature is nearly complete and will have significant ramifications 2 years later. It is increasingly maddening to read. Interestingly, there's a reference in here to a powerful spell called Silverton's Curse. I think Arklevic might have known Joshua Silverton. I wonder if they met during a period in which the book was written. Silverton, hold on.
Alright then. The Sword Moon? Swords in the Dark? Rampage?
The war goes badly, oh, Sir Galahad, the lady cried. The machine tilted its head to one side and began to chuckle. A dark noise like a river of chocolate running over cherry stones.
That's the fifth book.
She tugged at the manacles on her wrists and said bravely, "Get it over with then." The machine nodded, lifted the machine. The war goes badly, oh, Sir Galahad, the lady cried. But by your arm and your valor, it may yet be won.
It was JS, right? Is there a JS 37?
The knight replied, stoic as a stone. But everything won was uncertain for a time.
Alright.
So
Part 3. Part 3 is a subtle twist on the formula established so far as Arthur and his knights. And 33.
The Moon Sword.
Okay. A reference, of course, to the same holy object. Oh. Life-giving grail is never found, but discovery of a time portal into the wilds of Scotland sets up further entertainment. Huh. Where are we? 35?
The sword moon? Swords in the dark? The moon sword?
Discoveries not made, they're discovered, found.
I see problems.
Cecil Erst Whistle. Alright, that's a new name.
Into the cracks in society.
Cecil Erst Whistle. Probably CE. Best known for hurting Anglo-Dalek relations by destroying the only draft of Marchand's masterpiece revisions. It's a shame he did not destroy his own writings instead. Call this document of corrections fouls to insult rotting corpses and festering sewage, both of whom have a necessary place in the scheme of things. A world without Erstwhistle's contribution would be a world improved. Huh. A tadpole of a man. My copy came with a bonus.
Oh, that rat bastard.
That rat bastard. He turned you against me, Mayflower. So this is to Emma. That wasn't enough. He had destroyed my reputation, and then my mind. Suppose he'll have written himself into heaven. I know how it works as well as him. That's interesting.
I know how it works as well as him.
Okay, he died in either 42 or 43. No, wait, no. He died in 43 or 44.
Okay, let's see.
43. Okay. So, do we have Kendrick? We have a Kendrick one in 39.
I don't deny it, we were close once. But I find it hard to imagine now. Whatever we had, it's gone, like the frost of winter. I intend to marry him once we have enough money. Do not contact me again.
This dude rewrote reality to make her love him. The remarkable machine deduced to this letter was 4 using LR. Okay. The recipient would try one last desperate time a year later. Okay. We'll come back here in a second. JS40.
What we eat, we devour. What opens, pulls. Bindings cannot lift. Reality hangs like a darkened cloth over our eyes. Mourn it.
Okay.
I don't deny it, we were close once. But I find it
Years of hard debunking left LR jaded. And LR is literary review. Sometimes they get a juicy bone to gnaw. Volume 44.
Literary review, volume 44.
details how Kendrick's research was stolen in the late 20s. Would press her in an inappropriate affair with a student. Man had no shame in the...
In the shadow of a passage.
I don't know what that word is going to be. Garters and all. But Kendrick doesn't point the finger at who the mastermind was behind the theft. The review does. Joshua Silverton.
Literary Review, volume 50.
The 60s. Huh. Yeah, volume 50. All right.
Literary Review, volume 50.
Volume 50 sets out a new mission for the review. No more spiritualism. No more talking with the dead with candles and smoke. 1900 values are out. From now on, it's all about science, talking to the dead with telephone and radio sets. Start tearing apart the Mystic's first line. My HP 56. Keep copy. Well, that's true enough. But I'll live on. They might celebrate, but so can I. Archives hit a milestone. I'll make a separate entry for that under... Gene's 10 years old today. Okay. Gene's slowly improving. Slowly, but steadily. More thoughtful in its association. The truth approaches. As Dorothea Pemberton wrote in her 96 Walk. Through walls. Printed the pages, all of them. What manner of thing would the mind be? Had the principle of writing never been discovered? I'm thunderstruck. The machine informs me the signatures of the copy of IA-33 matches that on... Oh! Silverton is this guy, maybe? Second Rampage novel. Lady Guinevere is taken by space pirates. The hero, roaming the canals of Mars, looks for a way to go deeper. He'll find sleeping knights for battle. The Glen of Galileo.
Glen of Galileo.
Being is carved through profound mysteries and deadly ones. But in making sense of this, it meets its match.
Swords in the dark.
So this, the next one is Glen of Galileo.
This. Salt does not keep well in space.
The Glen of Galileo. The Sword Moon? The Glen of Galileo.
Empty void stretched out before them like a midnight meadow. We ride
Part 3 is a subtle twist on the formula established so far. Arthur's Knights, the 33, take the start search for the Moon Sword. So the next one would be the Moon Sword.
Then, with a beat of a crop, he began to charge.
Beatrice suggests I continue finding novels for breath. The first volume of Isambard Oklevic's Rampage Cycle. The kings of Great Britain discover long buried spaceships on the shores of Lake Windermere. Soon the king has been kidnapped and only his beloved queen can save him. Second book, Swords in the Dark, was published very quickly. So this is 32.
The Sword Moon.
I brew no salt, he cried. What kind of
So this is the
palace
second one.
this? Salt does not keep well in space, the lady replied only. It goes as the empty void
Third one.
stretched out before like a midnight meadow. We ride until the war goes badly, oh Sir
This is the
Galahad,
fourth
the lady
one.
cried. But by your arm and your valor, it may yet be won. Nothing. The
This is
machine
the fifth
tilted
one.
its head to one side.
This is the
"You
sixth
can't
one.
survive this," she screamed. The desperation in her voice, the first on it.
The Moon Sword.
Yeah.
He stood on the brink.
Alright, now we gotta find those other books.
"You can't survive this," she screamed. The desperation in her voice, the first honest sound he had heard from her. "I can and will," he replied soberly, "and you will love me for it." And then he raised the blade and struck. The machine tilted its head to one side and began to chuckle, a dark noise like a... He stood on the brink of the cliff and of something else. He was a man, yes, but now... "You can't survive this," she screamed, the desperation in her voice, the first honest sound.
Trying to find that
The machine
TY book
tilted
again.
its head to one side and began to chuckle, a dark noise like a chocolate. "The war goes badly, oh Sir Galahad," the lady cried. "But by your arm and your valor, it may yet be won." "Nothing lost is won." The empty void stretched out before them like a midnight meadow.
I see problems. They move like woodlice, scuttling into the cracks in society.
Oh, that bastard. He turned you against me, Mayflower. And that
Okay,
was enough. You had to
hmm.
destroy me, my reputation.
I see problems. They move like wood.
The empty void stretched out before them like a midnight meadow. We ride until we can ride. "No salt," he cried. "What kind of palace is this?" "Salt does not keep well in space," the lady replied only. "It goes as sour as warm milk." "I bring you a message," the witch crooned, trailing long
Shit. Shit.
fingernails around his nipples.
We lost the
"It's a
book.
message of
It was a
terror,
JY, it was an XY book.
destiny." "Then tell me," he said. "I am not." "No salt," he cried. "What kind of palace is this?" "Salt does not keep well in space," the lady replied only. The empty void stretched out before them like a midnight meadow. We ride until we can ride.
discoveries, not made, they're discovered, found,
The empty void stretched out before them like a midnight meadow.
I see problems. They move like wood lice, scuttling into the cracks in society.
Oh, that bastard. He's heard you.
I don't deny it, we were close once. But I find it hard to imagine now. Whatever we had is gone, like the frost of winter. I intend to marry him once.
Literary Review, Volume 44.
There we go. Hey, Dizzy, how you doing? Hendrik was known for his quick wit and roving eye. Less known for... He was a sucker punch if you smiled at him. First woman to figure this out was Emma Mayflower.
The first woman to figure this out was Emma Mayflower, and she took him to Antigua.
53. PK 53. A20. All right. Well, this is not.
We seek not to be a reflection of what
This is a cryptographic game. Cryptography game. Yes.
showing what ought to be made.
Okay. So basically what we're trying to do, we were trying to find 50 combinations of these very important entries in this machine and match up their titles with their code. The reason we're doing that is because we are trying to find a book called End Piece. I have that written down wrong. And destroy it. The reason for that is because apparently whatever's edited in this machine edits reality. Alright. So, hold on. You know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna start doing current important. And that is CC59. Because this has things we need to come back to. Matter in the dark.
Matter in the dark?
Nope. Alright. So he wrote it like it was guessing. I'm wondering if this means we need to repair it. Or writes this book like he knows, but for him it's too late. Only I could live again, he bemoans, but I might show the world. Pemberton swears this volume changed her life. How she found it is unclear. Does an obscure academic work end up in a child's bookshelf 18 years later? BE47? The machine is behaving very oddly since the book was fed in. Must have been given it strange dreams, like Cheese does Cecil. Do I have what Xavier Youngman wrote? No. There's something... $96. Yeah, so these are the important ones. We need to title these.
Inside my own brain is too severe. I must be cut off from the ship. Lest I sink the whole thing.
When a single man imagines a better
We had another...
An image in water. A life lived in wartime? Dead voice? Doom comes to the doctorate? Doom theoretics? Doom wild? End peace. In the shadow of a passage? Irrationals? Internal oversight? Matter in the dark? Men must devour. My God, he dances. Primitive man, he who remains. The Hammerstone Manifesto? The weapon of the enemy?
Alright, we don't know what this one is yet. I really shouldn't do it that way, but I could have sworn we had something. Okay. So, what if we just go backwards?
There must be rats down here, chewing through the wires.
Maybe. But we can't give up. Not after what we've gone through to get here.
What have we gone through? I don't seem to know.
You just... You can't give up.
I think we're the machine. Abby, that is.
Do I know you, Liam? Outside of this? Do we know each other? Are we like friends?
No, we're not.
Hi, Fia. Wakey, wakey. I hope you're okay.
Please.
Fia.
I don't think you know what it's like out there right now.
Fia, you hit 52. That means it's time for me to pause the VOD. Hello, VOD watchers. We're going to end this episode here real quick, and then I'm going to go on a 10-ish minute break. We will come back and continue on with more of TR-49. I am loving this so far. It is the right type of brain picker that I need right now. So, thank you all so much for watching. If you're watching live, stick around. We will be back. If you're watching the VOD, please feel free to check something else out of the channel. And other than that, be safe and be kind to one another. Bye-bye!